albinism and vision impairment.
The term albinism refers to a genetic disorder, and it involves the lack of pigment production. So most people with albinism have lack of pigment in their hair, their eyes, and their skin. How it mainly affects the education of the student is the fact that their vision is impacted. So all children with albinism, all people with albinism are visually impaired to some degree.
We see various close-ups of people with albinism. Their eyes are distinctive in the lack of pigment. There is also a degree of nystagmus, involuntary movement of the eyes, that varies from person to person.
First of all, that's how albinism is technically diagnosed. It is visually, and then that determines the diagnosis. But first of all, I think the most noticeable thing is the lack of pigmentation. There'll be different degrees of this. Some have eyes that are very light blue, like a slate blue, almost a gray, and some might have a little pigment in them. But because of the pigmentation, there's pigment in the retina as well. So the retina is underdeveloped, the central point of the retina is undeveloped. It also results in nystagmus, which is an involuntary movement of the eyes, kind of a shaking of the eyes. Photophobia, that's sensitivity to light, that's a big factor. So different lighting conditions can make a big difference in the vision of someone with albinism.
From inside of a store, we watch a woman with albinism wearing dark sunglasses come through the door. As she transitions from the bright sunshine to the artificial lighting of the store, she reaches into her purse and pulls out an untinted pair of glasses to replace her sunglasses.
There's a spectrum, of vision impairments with it. But the good thing about it is that probably the worst case, the most severe vision impairment is corrected to about 2,200. But some can get corrected between, like 20/60 with correction, or, just using their regular vision. And then even the degree of like photophobia, the light sensitivity, some may be more light sensitive than others, so it's, I think you can't just take the diagnosis and make a blanket statement on, how that child is going to react, or how their vision is going to be affected.
We see a number of young students exiting a classroom into the exterior courtyard. One student with albinism wears dark sunglasses. In another clip, two young people with albinism sit side by side. Both wear glasses, but only one has tinted lenses.
My experience, I've seen so many people with albinism, and as many people as I've seen, I see different color tint in their lenses. Some wear glasses, some don't, some wear contacts. And the thing is that often they can correct a part of it, a part of the vision impairment. Some may have like an astigmatism that can be corrected, or some of the acuity, but it may improve it a little. It never improves it all the way, but it's very individual too, because I think one thing that teachers need to know is that they'll prescribe glasses often for kids, or different devices, and it may help just a little bit, but then to some kids just wearing these certain glasses and things like that, if they don't really see the big difference, then the student might not be good with wearing them.
Fade to black.